handle.
You want answers.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
So we left off, actually the last thing that we stated was basically Lombardo, which was the sheriff, confirmed to the Las Vegas Review-Journal after the news conference that a barricaded door that he mentioned during the briefing, previous briefing, was one that led from the stairwell to the 32nd floor hallway adjacent to Paddock's room. That's where Jesus was. And that's where we left off. And in suspense, we're going to try to continue this. And we did get some questions answered, which was good, which was really good. So we're gonna start actually with the Ellen Show because that actually, from the timeline I had previously, they answered a lot of questions. From all of those interviews, they answered a lot of questions. What's that?
Right. Or did they? I have a question because I was just looking through that.
Yeah.
I just was reminding myself about that. One of the first things that when Ellen brings the map out here and says, right before that,
yeah,
she says something about, so you got a call to check on a door that was open. Okay.
Right.
And Jesus says, we got notified making sure to secure the doors, or if they weren't already secure, we made a check on the door.
Right.
Okay. So they just got notified to go to that floor.
Yeah.
To either make sure they're secure, make sure that was not clear. And then honestly, this is where security guards may differ unless I don't think he's an actual police officer, but if he is, shame on him because he used this term that would be cleared up immediately in a fire investigation.
Yeah.
He said the doors are always supposed to be open.
Right.
Okay. So now does he mean unlocked or does he mean open? Because stairwell doors typically are closed, but they're open.
But they're
so
unlocked.
You can go through.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're typically closed because it's a fire escape.
Well, you're making me itch because I really want to get to the timeline, man. Because you're gonna love this.
Go ahead.
You haven't heard the show, right?
No, I haven't.
So this is great. You haven't heard. This is fantastic. So you're just like all the audience. So I'm gonna spell out this and the inconsistencies, and I really want you to pay attention to a couple things.
All right.
I want you to pay attention to the pronouns used. Okay?
Okay.
By the certain people who say the statements. Pay attention to their statement. Pay attention to the pronouns they use when they use them.
Right.
And I want you to pay attention to how consistent they are during multiple different interviews.
Okay.
The story is eerie. It almost reads like a play.
Like a play, like a script.
Like a script, okay?
Yeah.
So that's the three things I really want you to look at, okay? So on the Ellen Show, just happened, right? Ellen asks them basically, how are you guys doing? And, collectively, how are you guys doing? So Stephen, the engineer, right?
Right.
And then you have Jesus, the guard.
Right.
All right, let's just get that straight. So Stephen says, well, as each day passes, we are working to get over this.
That's a good canned line right there.
Well, to me, it's interesting that he used we're working to get over this. I mean, a lot of this is really we're trying to get through this, is what most people say.
Right.
Not over it.
No, because over it means finished. and you're not thinking about it anymore.
No, he's trying to push it, right? That's the assumption. So anyway, the word over strikes me as a very strange term for somebody to use who basically is at the heart of this issue.
Right.